Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing this look for you. It is a purple smoky eye with big bouncy curls, kind of inspired by Ariana Grande and her kind of half up, half down updo, which I love. So the first thing which I like to do is I use concealer to conceal any dark spots, redness, pimples or anything like that. So I apply underneath my eyes, to the tip of my nose, underneath my eyebrow as a highlight colour. And then I just blend it out with a foundation brush, as you can see. I use Rimmel's Wake Me Up concealer, and I also have the same foundation which then I layer on top, as you can see. I am a concealer first person. I know some people put their concealer on after their foundation, but I find it's just too distinct, and I just love how it's a very natural blended finish when you put the concealer underneath your foundation. So I just applied the foundation all over the face with a foundation brush, and this one is from Sigma, and then I just kind of put it in patting motions just to put that colour in, and then I like to blend it out with a blender, little blending, what is it called? Blending, sort of brush, sponge, I don't know, lost for words today, but a little beauty blender, that's the word. So I just like to blend out any harsh lines. So sometimes when you apply makeup with a foundation brush, you can have harsh, kind of distinct makeup lines. So this just makes it make a really nice, flawless, kind of perfect, even, clean, describing words finish, which I really like for my foundation to look. So that's the base done. Now I'm going to set this all in with my Australis face powder. So this one I just have in a light colour. The packaging is very hard to open, as you can see. I'm struggling, still struggling. I'm trying to figure out where the opening is here, and it's just not working for me, but I'll get there. You'll see in about 2 seconds. There we go. Look at that smile. So then I'm just applying this just all over the face, underneath my eyes, to conceal the foundation and make it last longer, especially in that under eye dark bag area. I also apply it over the eyelids as a base for my eyeshadows, and then I apply it in the T-zone section, because I find that even for most people this is where you get most oily, and because I want my foundation to be a very matte finish, I like to just apply a thin coat of powder just to make sure it's also long lasting and it keeps the shine away. So then next I'm going on to my eyebrows. So I think eyebrows are one of the most important features of a makeup look, and I know that they're very, very, very popular at the moment, so it's all about eyebrows. So I'm using my Essence eyebrow pencil. I find this one to be the most inexpensive option, and it is also very value for money because I find it works perfectly. It matches my brows, it's long lasting, and it's very, very easy to use, especially for if you're a beginner. So I use this in conjunction with an eyebrow spool, as you can see. So it's just a little brush with kind of like a circular cone type brush, and I go by short strokes just to fill in any sparse areas, putting that colour in to make my brows appear thicker and darker, and then as I go on I brush it out just to make sure that I'm blending out each line instead of doing it in one kind of distinct or one time drawing of a line. I go with short strokes just to make it a really nice, natural, soft brow. So as you can see, and I usually concentrate towards the ends because my brows lighten and thin towards the ends, and I want it to have a really nice arch, so I just concentrate. And I'm also brushing up and down in all directions to make sure that I'm getting every sparse area. So this can take a while. Obviously you'll spend a little bit longer if you're going to a special event, but for every day you can do it quite quickly and you don't have to be so meticulous as I'm being. But that's my eyebrows done, and now I'm going on to dum dum dum. What am I going on to? I don't know. I am going on to eyebrow gel. So I'm going to set this colour in with my eyebrow gel. This one is also from Essence. It's a very inexpensive alternative to your more expensive kind of setting gels and whatnot. This can also be used as a clear mascara. So if you've tinted your eyelashes, you can use this as kind of a mascara to push those lashes up and make them wide and bigger, and to give them a little bit of shape. And then I'm just going one more time with the spoolie brush just to make sure that I'm brushing each of the hairs into the place, because the eyebrow gel is essentially like a hairspray for your eyebrows, so it's going to set that in when you brush them in a certain direction. Now I'm going in with this Maybelline Trio Pack eyeshadow. It's a nice purple colours. So I have an older version of the packaging, and then they released a new packaging which you can see in the top left, but they're the exact same colours. So it is a trio pack, so of course you'd put the lighter colour into your inner corner, then the medium colour over the eyelid, and then the dark into the crease line. And you can also use the light colour as the eyebrow highlight, which I'll show you later on. So here I'm just applying that inner corner eye all over the eye to also set for the darker colour to sit on top. I just find that this creates the eyeshadow to be more vibrant, to be more true to colour, and it also is easier to blend. So now I'm placing the darkest colour into the crease line. This is just going to give a bit more dimension and depth to the look. It's going to create more of a shadow and hollowing effect. It's going to just kind of put a little bit of distance between the crease and your eye, and it just will give a really nice overall effect. So I'm going to blend this in with windshield wiper motions. I find using a little bit of product and applying it step by step is easier than applying a whole load of dark colours into the crease, because then it can be really hard to blend out and you're going to be blending further than what you want to blend it. You only want to go kind of a couple millimeters beyond your crease line, and if you go any further it's just going to look like a black eye or something, I guess. But you want to be very careful, so I tend to go in short amount of product and blend that out before I apply more product. And then here I'm just applying the lightest eyeshadow colour, which was placed into the inner corner as my highlight under eyebrow colour. And I'm blending this down into the crease line. I find it's easier to blend a light into a dark rather than a dark into a light, and so I tend to blend between my crease colour and my under eyebrow by downward strokes with the light colour, just because if you start with the dark colour it's going to move up and up and up before it reaches your eyebrow. And then now I'm lining my eye, so I'm using the Face of Australia liquid liner. I really like this eyeliner. I find that the long brush is very easy to use. It gives a really nice dark black colour, and it's just a very steady kind of thin tip brush to create definite lines. I like to apply my liquid liner in steps, so I'll begin either from the inside or the outside, and I'll do it in small sections, probably about 1 millimeter to 2 millimeters per section, and then I just join it all up at the end, and then I give myself a nice wing. This eyeliner is very, very, very dramatic, as you can see. I didn't really like it. It was too dramatic because I was going out just for a movie night with my boyfriend, so I didn't want to be too dressed up, so I took that off just with a makeup wipe, and then I let it set in, and then I redid it just because I wanted a little bit more of a subtle wing eyeliner, which you'll see soon, instead of a really dramatic one. But of course, if the event calls for a dramatic eyeliner, then go for it. If it was a night out, I probably would have kept the dramatic eyeliner. So I'm just doing it in sections, as you can see, lining the upper lash line. I think this is very important as well, just before you apply your mascara. It's just going to make you look like you have fuller lashes, like a fuller set of lashes, because you're creating this darkness where the lash line is, so you can't see if your eyelashes are sparse or anything, and then you can use the mascara to make it kind of more flared and bigger and brighter. So again, starting in the middle and then working your way towards the ends. I think that the most difficult part with liquid eyeliner is when you're doing the wings, so you want to make sure that you're matching the same angles and direction that each wing is going. So as you can see, I took a little bit of time trying to figure out just with my fingers where that wing should be to make them symmetrical. You want to make them as symmetrical as you can make them. Obviously they're not going to be perfect, but just try to get them as equal, because I know that I've done one that's going up and another one that's going down, and it just looks a bit weird when you get to the end of the look. And then I'm going in with this mascara. This is my Maybelline 1x1 mascara. I quite like this mascara. It's a little bit of a watery kind of texture, and I find it's easily smudged, so if you accidentally, hit the side of your nose and you have this big blob. But overall, it's a very good mascara for creating really long lashes. I know that there's heaps of videos on YouTube, because I actually bought this mascara on recommendations from YouTube, and they have the massive, how to get massive lashes and big lashes and whatnot, and they always use this mascara. So I do think it's very good. You just want to go by kind of downward strokes, sideways, and also directional strokes, just to make sure you're coating each lash. And this is just going to make your lashes look bigger, longer. And then the black eyeliner line will make them look thicker and fuller. So here we're just going for dimension. You also just want to kind of focus your mascara on the tips of your eyelashes, just moving that brush back and forth just to coat the tips, and that's going to also make them appear longer and then wider, kind of like lashes that reach to the sky. So here I'm just also concentrating on the bottom lash line as well. This is just going to kind of frame your eyes, so it's going to bring notice to your eyes, to the simple eye look. And then because I have blue eyes, it will just kind of bring focus into that. So you want to be very meticulous and very careful that you're not smudging anything as you're doing your mascara. Coating each lash. And that's it. So now I am going on to fixing anything that, let's say, fall out from the eyeshadows or fall out from the eyeliner. I'm just fixing it with a little bit of foundation and just going over any kind of spots that may have rubbed off, or if my concealer and foundation had rubbed off in those areas. And now I am going on to, what am I going on to? I'm going to say lips, but I don't know if it is lips. No, it's powder. Okay, here I'm using Bobbi Brown blush, and I'm just applying this to the uppers of my cheek, and I'm blending out into the hairline. That's one tip that I always follow when I apply blush, is that I blend up into the hairline. I find when you apply it just to the uppers of your cheek, it gives you a very kind of doll-like effect that isn't very natural or realistic. So I just like to blend up into the hairline, and this just gives your face a very healthy, natural, kind of flushed glow. And I really like that look, and I think it just makes you look healthier and less tired, which is a very important thing for me. And I'm using my Sigma, it's a short haired blush brush, and just making sure you apply a little bit of product and then blend out, instead of going with a whole heap of product and trying to blend that out. And now onto lips, which I mentioned before. I'm using my Revlon lip butter. I really love this. It's a very smooth texture and it has a really nice colour payoff. It's a very natural looking lipstick. And that's my final look. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!